Dubai, UAE, and one of the things that I love most about Dubai is how it attracts people from around the world, bringing their cultures and their food all together in one city. Today we are gonna go on an ultimate. I'm gonna do a combo bite. Wow, yeah. A huge food tour of Dubai. We're gonna visit some of the lesser known destinations, eat at some of the best kept secret hole-in-the-wall restaurants, everything from casual to gourmet food in Dubai. I'm gonna take you with me on this incredible food journey, so sit back, relax, get a snack if you're hungry, and let's explore this vibrant, incredible city of food. We're on the outskirts of Dubai at Mamzar Beach, and there are some hidden gem restaurants out here. But really quickly, you might be noticing that this is not my average vlog. This is a little bit more professional, a lot more professional. I am joined by an amazing team of 10. There's 4 cameras rolling. They're holding a tent. And a huge thank you to Visit Dubai for inviting me on this trip. We're on our way to go eat a huge Emirati breakfast. We're on the outskirts of Dubai at a place called Al Jaware, which is known for their authentic Emirati food and also the traditional dining setting. So I'm looking forward to the diversity and a huge Emirati breakfast. So within the restaurant, there's a number of different places that you can choose to sit. There's tables, there's private family areas, and then there's the mejalas. And this is a traditional part of Emirati culture and a place where a family would greet visitors, socialize, share food together, and I think it's the most homely area to sit, so this is where we're gonna eat.
This is the Emirati breakfast. Today we'll have khamir with the cheese and dips. This is the sauce. We'll have also balalit. We'll have dangus, the chickpeas. We'll have egg with tomatoes with wagafi bread.
Okay.
And then in the corner that will be the ragag with the cheese and mashawa. And then we'll have the pancake, but it's calling by Emirati chabab.
The Emirati breakfast feast is ready. We're just gonna jump right in and start eating. So I'll start with this bread here along with some eggs which have been scrambled with tomatoes. Everything prepared fresh, traditional Emirati breakfast dishes. Oh yeah. I love the chewiness of that bread. And then you've got the scrambled eggs, which are really like finely mashed up. So it just mingles with that tomato juice and the oil. And I mean, even before trying all of the different dishes, the smells, the aromas, you smell cardamom. I like how there's a mixture of both sweet and savory dishes because we've got the date palm syrup, we've got Emirati fish sauce, all together in one meal. So already just the diversity and the different flavors that are gonna be involved. Next up, we're gonna try the belalit. It's a very unique dish, very interesting because it has noodles on the bottom with an omelet on top. There are spices involved, and then I do know that it has kind of a unique sweet and savory taste all at once. It's very unique. It is sweet. You taste that aromatic spice to it. I think mainly cardamom. It's nice how it just kind of like almost just melts in your mouth. The noodles are very soft, and then the different texture of the omelet. Very good. I'm gonna move on to the khamir bread. Oh wow, that is amazingly pillowy and airy. So it's served along with a side of date syrup as well as cheese on the side. I'll go with the date syrup first and maybe just drizzle a little bit of this onto the first bite. It has an amazing kind of smoky roasted flavor to it. Oh, but with that date syrup, man, it makes it so fragrant. Maybe break off a piece and dip it into that cheese. Oh yeah. And that's great how you can choose if you want the salty or the sweet. Both are good. This is exactly what I needed. Thank you. I need a sip of that immediately. This is karak. Just about everybody in Dubai will start their day, will finish their day, throughout their day with a few cups of karak tea. You taste the strength of the tea and then that cardamom coming through, the sweetness of it. You can drink it all day long. Next dish is dengo, which are chickpeas. These are nice because they're not too soft. There's just enough like salt balanced with lime or lemon juice in there just to like bring it together. And then we'll move on to the chabab, which are like Emirati pancakes. They're rolled on the plate, and then again they are served with the date syrup, and I believe you could also eat it with the cheese. I'll again go for the date syrup first. Oh wow, yeah. It's so soft. It's so just slightly gummy. And again, with that date syrup, man, I love date syrup because it's like sweet, but it's not like that really harsh sweetness. It's just like a soothing, mellow sweetness with so much complexity to it, so much fruitiness. Date syrup is amazing. I'm gonna do a combo bite. That's the only thing left to do. So cheese first, and then date syrup so that it sticks. The best of everything all in one bite. Wow, yeah. Do the combination. The creamy stickiness of the cheese, the sweet fragrance of the date syrup. Oh yeah. And lastly, ragag bread, which is one of my favorite Emirati dishes, snacks. It's a paper-thin bread. It is filled with Emirati anchovy fish sauce as well as cheese. And yeah, it's really thin, really light, but really fragrant, really crispy. Yeah, you can hear that crispiness. Yeah, it's so paper thin that it's crispy all the way through. And then it's just like a light fragrance, not too heavy, but the fish sauce, I mean, that umami of the fermentation, it's just so good along with that cheese in there. You could eat it at any time of the day. It's addictive. Yeah, it's so good. That was an amazing breakfast. I loved the selection of different dishes. I especially love the ragag, the chabab, and that combination with the cheese and the date syrup. You don't want to miss it. From here, we're gonna continue our exploration of Dubai, and we have a lot more food coming up. And next up, we're going to a restaurant. It's really in a beautiful location next to the mosque and surrounded by what is a little mini oasis of date palm trees. The restaurant is called Al Farij, and they have been serving authentic Iranian kebabs since 1987. Kebabs are some of my favorite food in the world. You can just feel the fire in your face. Yeah, so hot. So there's half a dozen different types of kebabs on the grill right now. Man, it just smells so good. And a raging hot, a blazing fire, white hot coals fanned on by the flames to keep them raging hot, and just the way the meat sizzles is just what makes all the difference. I mean, that like intense smokiness, that char. Oh, that's what kebabs are all about, that fat sizzling out of the kebabs. Oh man, the juiciness is gonna be out of control. Look at that, that is beautiful. Oh man, that is a tray. Shukran. Wow, that is a platter of meat. Oh man, I'm just like overwhelmed by a 10-kilo tray of kebabs. There's nothing more beautiful in this world, but then all the different sides as well, the salads, the vegetable garnish, the Persian rice with barberries on top. Man, this is 6 varieties of kebabs. Man, I gotta begin with that. I believe this is the kebab kubide, which is just the ultimate classic of all Iranian kebabs. Just the minced meat, usually like not heavy on spice, but minced meat and onions. One of the ways, actually oftentimes they'll do this for you, but I love how they served it on a skewer this time. Take the bread, kind of like wipe up those meat juices, let them absorb into the bread, and then just kind of gently just pull it out. Just let the meat slide right out, and then you can see on that bread some of the meat juice has just stuck to the bread. Here we go, Asefffffdddd to begin this meal. Oh, wow. You immediately taste that smokiness, that intense fire that they cook these kebabs on. It's so juicy and oily. The meat is caramelized. You taste the juice of the onions in there. Wow. And you're gonna wanna taste that with some onion. And have it all mix in your mouth all at once. Oh yeah. Next kebab, I'm gonna go for, I believe these two are chicken over here on this side. Oh man, again, the smokiness and just that intense, like char from that fire. Oh yeah, that's a juicy piece of chicken. Okay, next up for the chicken tikka kebab. What you can see, this is a totally different marinade, even smaller pieces of chicken on the kebab. That same char, that same intense roasted fire on it. Oh wow. You taste more of a like citrusiness to this, man. And again, it's like such a different flavor from the other chicken. Okay, let's move on to the next kebab kubide, which is maybe with chicken because of the color of this. And actually, I remember one of the combos that you do is you can take a piece of the kebab, got tomato juice and some of that roasted tomato on there. There we go. And that's the bite you want with the kebab. The juiciness of the tomato, that little like hint of acidity, man, and just that salty, oily, such flavorful kebab. Moving over to this side of the tray, there's two types of lamb kebabs. Let's try this one. Yeah, that is meaty, but man, the marinade, you taste that acidity, you taste the light spice, you taste the fire. That's just like the ultimate meatiness that you've always wanted. And then one more lamb kebab, which is a totally different marinade, a totally different mixture of spices and seasoning. Oh wow. That one is even more tender. The creaminess of this lamb is what stands out. Something I love about a kebab tray of this size is the variety. And all of the different kebabs have a different flavor, have a different spice blend, have a different taste to them. And they all, I mean, it's great to just have a diversity, have a variety at your table, and to be able to sample all the different kebabs in one meal. I'm deep within the old souk of Dubai, and I especially love these really narrow alleys where you can reach out and touch both sides. Oh man, I just love that breeze that comes down through these narrow alleyways. But this is one alley where you've got to squeeze. And if you ate one too many kebabs, you might not fit. There's stores of every kind, and this really highlights the diversity of Dubai. There's flowers, there's temples, you smell incense burning as you walk down these ancient alleys of the old market. It's really, really beautiful, and it's really such a contrast and a diversity that represents Dubai. Oh yeah, that hits the spot, man. The flavor of the spices, the cardamom in there, the masala. And there's just no better place to drink a tea. I mean, within the ancient market, within the alleys, the sights and sounds, the aromas, the incense, the spices. Oh yeah, love it. Good morning from Dubai. We are in Al Karama, which is a busy district known for its delicious food. And we are starting this morning at a place called Mumbai Express, where they serve Indian food, snacks, full meals. It's a great place to have a cup of tea, and I'm looking forward to breakfast. This is just a beautiful spread of food and so many familiar dishes. I love the aromas, the spices, the colors, the vibrancy of everything. I mean, there's nothing I would be happier to wake up to in the morning than Indian food. Yeah, this just makes me happy even just looking at it, but we gotta start. This dish right here is calling my name, the pav bhaji, which is I think it's one of the quintessential dishes of Mumbai. So let's start with that. I love how you can just see, even on the bread, look, it's just like absorbed. It's like a sponge of flavor. All of that butter melted into the bread with that bhaji. Oh man. The bread, it's just so soft, so buttery. And then you just taste the flavor, the spices, the vegetables that have just been like pureed down into a sauce, but full of flavor. Love that crunch of the onions. Let's try some of the samosa chaat. This is just a beautiful looking chaat right here. There's samosas. I believe there's probably some, a lot of spices in here. Some chickpeas, definitely some different chutneys, coriander, onions in here. Oh man, there's so many different textures going on, so many different spices. The mint in there, the raw onions, the coriander. Man, it's just like hearty, crunchy, starchy, and full of flavors. And then moving on, let's try the dosa. And dosa is one of the ultimate, especially of South Indian foods. And what is really the highlight for me with a dosa is all the different sambars and chutneys. So I'm gonna I'll go in for some of that dosa. There's the sambar, there's the coconut chutney. Oh, tomato is the spicy one, nice. Add in some of the masala potatoes, and then I might go in for some of the tomato chutney. Right. Authentic, flavorful. You taste the mustard seed, the curry leaves in there. I mean, one of the great flavors of South India are curry leaves, which is just a burst of flavor. A leaf that actually has a full curry spice blend flavor to it. We'll move on to the pani puri. And so these are the puris, which are little hollow chips. Oh, there we go. Okay. So what you do with the pani puri is you add some of the lentils, and then you can either choose some of the sweet water or some of the spicy water. I'll go with the spicy water. And so what you're gonna do, you're gonna fill the water into the puri and then get it to your mouth before it gets soggy. Typically, you're standing up on the street, somebody is making pani puri, and they make it just one at a time because, of course, there's water inside of a chip. It's gonna get soggy if you don't eat it fast. So it's almost like just serves you one, take a bite. Serves you another one, take a bite. You can just stand there and just eat nonstop. And again, take it to your mouth fast. Herbal, spicy, salty. I love that combination of literally liquid water at the same time as you have this crunch from the puri. We're gonna try the vada pav. It's vegetarian. You get it all over Mumbai, and you just grab a burger on the go and keep on going. So there's a variety of chutneys in here. There's probably onions. There's the patty, and then always served with chilies on the side as well. The onions, the patty is mainly made from potato. And actually, before we explain that, gotta chase that with a chili. Oh yeah. Wow, that bumps it up. Oh man, that brings it together. But all the chutneys in there, the mint, the patty is mainly made from potato. You taste the spices in there though, the coriander, the crunch of the onion, and then of course, just the softness of that bread, the pav. And then I think we have one more dish to try, which is the Bombay sandwich. And again, It's like a purely vegetarian sandwich. There's cucumber in here, there's probably onion, there's tomato, and then there's layers of chutney. When it comes to vegetarians, pure vegetarian food, there's just no other vegetarian food in the world that can compare to Indian food. Because the spices, the chutneys, the use of herbs. I mean, a vegetarian sandwich is filled with a variety of vegetables and chutneys, and it's amazing. It's so much flavor. Okay, and then wash all that down with a cup of masala tea. Oh yeah, the cardamom, the mix of spices. Oh, creamy, and just like, yeah, just enhances everything. So for lunch today, we're at Ravi Restaurant, which has been serving some of the best Pakistani food in Dubai since 1978. So I'm here with Mr. Wahid, and you are the son of Mr. Ravi, who started this legendary Pakistani restaurant. Can you tell us quickly about the history about Ravi?
Mark, thank you for coming down to the restaurant. But the name of my father is actually not Ravi. His name is Abdul Hamid. The name Ravi is actually the name of a river in the city of Lahore. It's named after that river.
Okay.
So because we are from Punjab, my mother is from Lahore, so that is why my father named it Ravi Restaurant. He started the restaurant back in 1978.
Okay.
So it's been 43 years now. So we started in Satwa. We started with 2 shops. Alhamdulillah, we've got 3 branches right now.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm in the kitchen at Ravi with the chefs. Oh man, this is the most beautiful kitchen in Dubai. Oh man, there's literally a bathtub-sized curry of mutton pashori with a volcanic fire on the bottom, just bubbling away. The aromas in here. Man, you can see, wow, it's volcanic heat coming off of here. But man, that heat, the spices, you see the pods of cardamom just floating around on the surface. It's thick, it's rich. You could just see the meat, the mutton just bubbling away, and just, oh man, it's gonna be just ultra flavor. This is where they're making the mutton pashari, and then over here is where they have the prepared different curries, everything ready to go. So as soon as you order, they dish it out. It's hot and fresh straight to your table. They're making the roti over on this station over here. Tandoori roti? Oh man, it's just fires just going up all over the place. The meaty aromas, the spices are out of control. So this is just an absolutely magical display of Pakistani food. And I had a chance to step into the kitchen to watch them as they were cooking, and it's just literally volcanic fires, masses of spices, and just you could see the richness of all the curries and all the different dishes, the biryani, the tandoori roti, the grill station. Oh man, this is an absolute amusement park of Pakistani food. We have to begin with that. One of their specialties here is the mutton peshawari. So a Peshawari style mutton, which he was cooking in this massive tub.